A tradition among American naval personnel recruits must kneel when crossing the equator for the first time, 1944. McDonald's restaurant in Cambridgeshire, United Kingdom, 1993. The Jew Eater Carnival in Germany, 1939. Brigitte Bardot with a rabbit and her dog, 1956. Soviet soldier with a kitten, World War II. Marines have fun en route to the Pacific island of Tarawa, November 20th, 1943. This photo shows a man riding a strange, unspecified vehicle. It has steering wheels and some sort of wheels. They're not round, but rather made of small rubber tubes. Women haulers pulling a barge on the Sura River, 1910s. A subway carries passengers between the Capitol and the Senate Office Building, United States, 1915. Three girls strolling past two British soldiers keeping watch for snipers after a spate of rioting in Belfast, Northern Ireland, 1981. A false artillery position created by the Germans during the defense of Tsingtao, China, 1914. A roller skate race, 1923, France. A Soviet officer reads the text of the capitulation of the German army to the population in Berlin, May 1945. A woman with a micro camera on her wrist, 1949. A woman coding punch cards, United States, 1920s. An Afghan version of Three Bogatyrs, 1980s. Evacuation of Bikini Atoll residents for nuclear testing, March 1946. A woman in her bombed-out apartment, Berlin, 1945. Donald Trump on the cover of Playboy magazine, 1990. United States President Gerald Ford shakes hands with Leonid Brezhnev in November 1974. Telescope, exhibited at the 1900 Paris World's Fair, the largest refractor telescope ever built. (1952) Queen Elizabeth pulls baby Prince Charles out of a window. The Golden Pagoda in flight in front of Mount Fuji, Japan, 1990. Madame Inès de Courcelles, one of the first female taxi drivers in Paris, 1908. Comrade Molchanov uses boars in a harness, 1939. Bill, Hillary, and their newborn daughter Chelsea, 1980. Austro-Hungarian trench lines on the Piave, Italian front. Aerial photograph taken from an airplane, World War I, 1918. Race at the Hippodrome, France, 1972. Miss Universe finalists, Long Beach, California, United States, 1952. Protesters heard the crew of an infantry fighting vehicle near burning barricades. Moscow, August, 1991. A drunk Paul McCartney at George Harrison's wedding, 1966. Queen Elizabeth and the Terracotta Army, China, 1986. The unique Soviet mountain tractor MTZ-82K, designed for work on slopes up to 20 degrees, 1980s. Sculptor Roger Haywood works on a replica of the moon, scaled down to 38 feet at the Griffith Observatory. Hollywood, Los Angeles, United States, 1934. Donald Trump presents the World Heavyweight Championship belt at Trump Plaza, United States, 1988. Construction of the Suez Canal, Egypt, 1859. Walter and Maritza Zapashny with a tiger named Typhoon, Vladivostok, July 1, 1968. The German heavy cruiser Prinz Eugen after a collision with the light cruiser Leipzig, October 1944. The Cannon to the Moon, amusement park ride in the United States, 1934. From Ogoniok magazine, 1916. The photo shows soldiers of the Russian Empire holding German truncheons. The Germans used truncheons to finish off surviving soldiers after gassing. The most outrageous breach of royal protocol was when the Spice Girls kissed Prince Charles in 1997. Star Wars character C-3PO conducts the London Symphony Orchestra, London, 1978. Jennifer Aniston with her father, 1970s. Tokyo, 1961. Models in swimsuits. Poveri ma belli, 1957. Male and transgender sex workers protesting against police harassment outside Gene Compton's cafeteria, San Francisco, August 1966. Astronaut Dale. A gardener repairs the Westar-6 satellite during Space Shuttle Discovery mission STS-51A, November 14, 1984. The demolition of the Felix Dzerzhinsky Monument on Lubyanka Square in Moscow on August 22, 1991. Piano school lessons, 1947. The woman who became the protagonist of one of the most famous photographs of the 20th century has died at the age of 92. A farmer called a piglet who tried to push other piglets away from the feeding trough and take all the food for himself Hitler and isolated him, London, 1942. Bones of hunted bison collected from the prairie for transport, United States, 1890s. Brooke Shields speaks out against smoking, 1985. A waiter on skates in St. Moritz, Switzerland, 1932. Carrie Fisher and Paul Simon, 1979. Gina Lollobrigida watches the first televised broadcast of President Kennedy's press conference from her villa in Rome, 1962. Liz Taylor and Harrison Ford, 1987. Tom Hanks in Beaufort, South Carolina, September 11, 1993. Mary Dunning Chapman was standing outside the United Methodist Church in Beaufort about to walk down the aisle when Tom Hanks runs up and says he wanted to wish her good luck. Blind children examine a hippopotamus at the American Museum of Natural History in 1914. Storing supplies in the monastery in case of a nuclear attack, 1963. On March 27, 1963, a plane crashed into a house in Gloucester, killing both pilots. American armored vehicles in the port of Hamburg before being shipped overseas for recycling. Germany, 1946. An icy train at a station after completing its route. Canada, 1918. Fashion show, New York, 1965. Here's a whole bunch of Elvis Presley fans watching the man himself and going absolutely cuckoo bananas over him. Street Sweepers, 1958, Moscow. The first experimental wind turbine with a capacity of 100 kilowatts, built in Balaclava in 1931. (1916) Policewomen. Paul McCartney is arrested at Tokyo Airport for marijuana possession, Japan, 1980. The downing of a CC-108 Caribou military transport aircraft, Vietnam, 1965. Delivery of drinking water in Tiflis, 1900s. Ava Gardner at the beach, 1940s. A joke from Russian military motorcyclists, 1910s. A column of prisoners of war on a Berlin street. A young Linus Torvalds in the 1990s, probably working on Linux. France, Paris, 1949. New York City became the site of huge celebrations following Nazi Germany's unconditional surrender in 1945. The Saturn ride in the Gorky Park of Culture and Leisure, Moscow, 1978. Hugh Manty, the leader of a love cult, was arrested in his Temple of the Cosmos, 1933. Yeltsin presents Putin with the pen with which he signed his resignation decree, 1999. 19-year-old Sofia Vergara, 1991, undisclosed location. Congratulations from Marilyn Monroe on the 4th of July holiday, United States. The 1918 Spanish flu pandemic was the deadliest in history. Soviet soldiers examine handcuffs in a Gestapo prison block in Berlin. Early June 1945. Young people burn a flag symbolizing the United States at the Belgian embassy in central Moscow. April 2, 1999. Despoina Zervaki, a Greek woman who became known as the Blonde Fairy of Crete, 1942. Remember in the 1960s when riding in back of a pickup was cool? The good old days. A cowboy performs a lasso trick, 1959. Maryland's only female justice of the peace, Rita D. Morris of Prince George County, fights bootleggers and gambling dens with the aid of well-armed lawmen. January 23, 1926. 1998, Papua New Guinea earthquake and tsunami. Elizabeth Taylor at holiday party, 1946. Uri Geller and his Cadillac decorated with bent spoons, 1976, Israel. Clint Eastwood kisses a fan, Mexico, 1969. Private First Class Clarence Ayers reads a newspaper with news of Victory in Europe Day to German prisoners of war standing on a pier. New York, United States. May 8, 1945. Jack Nicholson, 1974. Men's swimwear of the early 20th century. Burnt British tank crews. Western Front, 1944. Prombron S is a Soviet passenger car, a further development of the Russo Balt S 24 40/18 series from 1922 to 1926. Matahari's mugshot, 1917. Pennsylvania Railroad, 6446, number 6100, on display at the New York World's Fair, 1939. Tippi Hedren with her pet cheetah, 1974. Jack Arnold, The Incredible Shrinking Man, 1957. A Girl on Hollywood Boulevard in Los Angeles, 1992. Sophia Loren, Los Angeles, photo by Sam Shaw, 1960. Killer's Suitcase, 1930s. Space Shuttle Challenger lifts off from Cape Canaveral on June 18, 1983. Police in Dili, East Timor, assault a civilian who had urged them to intervene to stop a violent confrontation between a government-backed militia and pro-independence supporters, 1999. Protest against the Klan in Virginia Beach, 1979. Ava Gardner. Joseph was the tallest soldier in the German army, standing 2.40 meters tall. Photo from the 1900s. United Kingdom, 1958, Saturday matinee movie. Electrocution for body contouring, Chicago, United States, 1950. A late 19th century photo of Madame Milo, also known as the Hair Queen. Her hair was 6 feet 2 inches long. William Baldwin and Cindy Crawford, 1995. Type R motorcycle. Something Happened on the Beach, Coney Island, United States, 1951. Mila Jovovich, photo Patrick Demarchelier, 1988. Miniskirts come into fashion, London, 1960s. A Washington state resident sweeps ash from a sidewalk after the eruption of Mount St. Helens in 1980. The mailbox dragster. This was really quite common back in the 1960s for people to use rural mailboxes for air intakes. 1960s. Helsinki Station on Fire, 1950. Keanu Reeves in a Japanese advertising poster from the 1990s.